My name is Daniel Turner.
I was born in a modest corner of Sheffield, where rainy afternoons and thick Yorkshire tea were part of our daily rhythm. Life wasn't hard, but it wasn't easy either. We didn't starve, but we watched every penny. I saw my dad work double shifts at the steel factory and my mum stretch a Sunday roast into 3 separate meals. From a young age, I learnt to be careful. Careful with money. Careful with choices. Careful with emotions. By the time I was 11, while most lads my age were saving up for football boots or comics, I was already squirreling away coins in a biscuit tin under my bed. I didn't just want comfort. I wanted security. The kind of security that meant never seeing my mum cry over unpaid bills again. The kind that meant never having to wear second-hand uniforms or pretend I wasn't hungry at school. So I built my life around safety. By the age of 28, I had ticked every sensible box.
A solid job in finance. A small flat in the suburbs. No debts.
A dependable little Vauxhall Corsa. And savings. Lots of them. I lived on toast and boiled eggs most nights. Wore the same coat for 4 winters. Never took a holiday longer than a weekend. While my mates posted pictures from Spain and Bali, I posted updates about pension schemes and investment plans.
People called me disciplined, focused, wise. But deep down, I was terrified. Terrified of poverty. Terrified of uncertainty. Terrified of losing what I never really had. Then came Isla. She was unlike anyone I'd ever met.
A literature tutor with a wild laugh, mismatched earrings, and a heart that lived in poetry. She once told me she'd spent her last tenner on tickets to a jazz night, just to feel alive. Our paths crossed at a local bookshop. I was there for a financial planning seminar. She was browsing old novels and humming some French tune. We ended up talking. That night turned into coffee. Coffee turned into walks. Walks turned into lazy afternoons spent watching clouds and debating whether happiness was practical or reckless. She made me feel something I hadn't felt in years, lightness. But love, to me, always felt like a risk. I adored her, yes. But I feared her world, the spontaneity, the chaos, the live-in-the-moment attitude. She'd ask me to join her for impromptu gigs, camping trips, midnight walks, and I'd always find a reason to say no. I have work early. It's not in the budget. Let's plan something for next month.
She never pushed.
But I saw the disappointment in her eyes every time I turned down living, in the name of saving. Then one day, she bought us train tickets to the Lake District. Just one night, she grinned. We'll sleep in a tent, wake up to the hills, and drink tea by a stream.
You in?
I hesitated. £120 for travel, food, and a tent rental.
That was 2 weeks of groceries. A full tank and a half. I shook my head. It's not the right time, I said. She looked at me, really looked at me. Dan, she said quietly, if not now, when? And that was the last time I saw her. She didn't leave in anger. There was no grand exit.
Just a quiet message a few weeks later. You're brilliant, but I can't keep waiting for you to live.
I told myself I did the right thing.
She was unpredictable.
I was building something solid.
Emotions come and go, but security stays, right?
But security has a cost. And I was beginning to feel the weight of it. Then came the accident. I was driving home from work one wet Thursday evening. Same route. Same time. Same cautious speed.
Until a lorry driver, blind from the rain, ran a red light. I remember the screeching, the crunch of metal, the way time paused. When I woke up, I was in hospital, face bandaged, body stiff, and my legs numb. They told me it could have been worse, that I was lucky to be alive. I didn't feel lucky. I felt cheated. Lying there, staring at peeling ceiling paint, I thought about all the money I'd saved. Thousands. Tens of thousands. A lifetime's worth of just in case. And I realized I'd never actually lived. I'd never watched a sunrise from a mountain. Never danced in a pub until closing. Never kissed someone under fireworks or bought a last-minute ticket to anywhere. I had enough for every rainy day, but I'd never danced in the sun. Recovery was slow, but it gave me time. Time to think, to read, to forgive myself, and to remember Isla. I looked her up. She'd moved to Brighton, running workshops on writing and creativity. Her photos were filled with laughter, music, and messy, beautiful life. One day, I wrote her a letter, told her about the crash, the emptiness, the regrets, the biscuit tin full of fears. Weeks later, she replied, "You don't owe me anything. But if you ever want to drink tea by a stream, I know a place." Today, I'm 38. My walking is slower. I still have scars, but I also have stories. I took that train to the Lake District. We sat by the water, legs tangled in wild grass. No plan, no rush, just breath. Just now. We're not married. No mortgage yet. But we share books, long walks, and a small dog named Button. I still save, but not at the cost of moments. Because I finally understand. I chased security and missed life. But life, by some miracle, waited for me anyway. If you like the story, then please hit the like button, subscribe, and also keep in touch for more interesting stories every day.